Alright everybody, here we are, and let's simply get going from here on. And I'm still gonna be working on the same project, this Google Meet project, and hopefully we will be able to accomplish a few things again. Uh, the thing is that it is still in middle, like this is not done yet, and I just wanted to get it done as soon as possible. It's been quite some days working on the same project, and the thing is that whatever we had to learn, we've learned. Even we have a we made the proper flow of the whole WebRTC app. So ultimately we have gone through whatever we were supposed to be going through. Right now the only thing is that getting it done as soon as possible. So this thing is working. The only problem over here, that is this download button is not working, and that is mainly because the blob URL is not getting created the right way. So what could be the best way to do that? If I'm not wrong, let URL is gonna be equals to this, and if I just simply say that URL will be equivalent to this, and let's simply get rid of this, and what if I return the URL from here? Will it be possible? And one more thing, I came here, did I turn off the chat? Yeah, I have. Okay, coming back to this one, mainly first of all I'm gonna be logging the value, but the thing is that is a promise. That simply means that's gonna make you wait, and in that case return URL CLG URL is gonna be equals to URL. Hopefully it's gonna be working. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Coming back to this, let's click on the chat. URL is in fact undefined. Okay, so as the URL is undefined right now, so what else can I do? What is the another way? I cannot really return from here. And even if I do return URL from here, then I'm gonna be getting the URL here, and again the problem is that as I get the URL over there, just a minute. So even if I return the things from here, so I'm returning the URL at the end, and that is some kind of promise if I'm not wrong. So that is what promise string or void is not assignable to type string. So ultimately it href URL as string, no, cannot do that too. The thing is simple. I want to get the URL, but that URL will be taking time to be ready. Okay, and the thing is that whenever what can I do here? Okay, I'll have to find another way to just simply create the URL. This way is not gonna be working directly. So in that case, how about when it this file runs for the first time? At that time, creating a use state, that is to use state will contain the URL. Would be great, but again I'm getting all the files over here. Once I'm getting all the files over here, so how about this? I already have those files, right? I will run a use effect, and okay, turns out I have to do something else. Think about that. I have the file name, I have the name, ultimately I have the URL. Once I have the URL, the goal is to make the blob URL. That blob URL will take some time. That is right. That simply means I will have to run use effect, and meanwhile I have to show the loading state. I mean, that's what I'm supposed to be doing, right? That simply means I need to use a use effect over here. That will be running initially. just like this. Okay, and when this use I need to maintain some states as well. The first state is gonna be const loading, const because loading, set loading, that's gonna be use state, and by default it's gonna be false, it will not be loading, but when this use effect runs, set loading will be true. And not only that, once the set loading is true, after that I have to create the URL, file name. Okay, so let me make it simple. After that, of course, I have to create the URL. Then it is gonna be somewhat like this, and of course I have to call this get URL here. Coming back to this one, one argument but got 0 required, right? Let me get rid of this. The problem is this now. Whenever I loop through this particular file, at the same time it's really nearly next to impossible. I mean, it is not really possible to simply create the blob URL and then give it that blob, pass the blob URL here, because that is time taking process that needs some time to just simply process the things. So in that case, when I have this name, so I need to have the blob URL with that. So this thing, right? So this is what I have, and what I'm gonna be doing is pretty simple stuff, that I will not be looping through this. If I loop through these files, that's gonna be problematic because it doesn't have blob URL. So instead of looping through it, I'm gonna be creating files payload here, const files payload. I mean, I know this is not, name is crazy, forget about the name, we can just fix it anytime in the future, that's not really a big problem. Chat files, I'm gonna be getting the files and they are gonna be specifically chat files. So chat files, set chat files, and that's gonna be use state. What will it be like? This is gonna be first of all an array that will contain many of the files, that's right, and the type is gonna be file, and inside this that's gonna be URL, that's gonna be string array. Any problem? This is how it's gonna be defined. Let me make it end. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be. So that's gonna be a file, and the type is gonna be this as well. So ultimately file plus this type, and that's gonna be an array. Coming back to this one, let's remove it from here. So I've done this much. What is the next thing? The next thing is, whenever the value of this files changes or I get it, at that time this will be running. So it is completely dependent on files. At that time I'm gonna be running get URL, and we're running to the running this get URL. Let's not pass any file name here, rather keep it simple, and let's make this function async. Once it is async, and I'm gonna be keeping the thing simple here as well. So I have my files, okay, and it's time to set the value to the set files. So what will I do? Const, forget about const, set chat files. And let me do one thing, let me create chat files list. If I want to create the list, I will have to map through them. So const chat files list, and what will this list be? Over here I will have to loop through them. So files dot map, and once this is done, then I will be getting the file over here. Coming back to this, once I have the file, then what will I be doing? This is where I need to create the blob URL as well. So once I have the file, I will get the file name, const response is gonna be equals to fetch, and this whole thing over here. And by the way, this should be file.file name. Let's see whether it's gonna be working or not. So what am I doing? Simply getting the response. Once I got the response, of course I have to await this. So let's simply await it. Once it is awaited, this needs to be async. This is already async. I need to make this async actually, instead of making the top one, so I can even get rid of this async stuff from here. So I got my response. Once I got my response, what is the next thing? Next thing is that blob data. So blob data is gonna be equals to await a response that I have dot blob, just like this. So once I have here I have my blob. Apart from this particular thing, const URL, the next thing is that getting the URL. So URL is gonna be equals to URL dot create object URL, and this is gonna be blob data. So what happened? I got the I have to create the checklist, right? Files.map, I'm simply mapping through it, and got the URL right now. And once I got the URL, what I have to do? Ultimately I have to return. The question is, what do I have to return? So dot file and URL. Is this fine? This is the value that I'm gonna be returning from here. It is definitely gonna be taking time, and that is why I'm awaiting it. And once this everything is done, after that what will I be doing? Once everything is done, chat, and I'm gonna be just simply setting the value. So set chat files, and that's gonna be chat files list. I know names may not be the best ones, so that's not really a big problem, we can fix it later. And what is the problem? Type promise URL, this is missing the following properties from the file type this. Okay, once I have this, then this is gonna be set. But the problem is that set chat files. So I'm destructuring the file in the sense I will have file name and file type and the URL. So the promise URL string file type this and this array is missing the following properties from file type and file name, because that is an array. So if I'm assigning it like this, that's not gonna be the right thing, because over here what is the type of this? The type of this is a promise and an array. As the type of this is a promise how about this? It doesn't really matter what is the type of this. I'm gonna be looping through it. I'm gonna be getting the URL and then simply gonna be setting it there. So instead of doing it this, let me even make it for each. Even this is gonna be fine. And once this is for each, instead of returning it from here, set chat files. I'm gonna be getting the previous files. Once I got the previous files, so dot previous, I'm gonna be returning an array. So dot previous files. Apart from this particular thing, the current file that I have and URL. Any problem? Set files, of course I'm gonna be getting the previous ones. The type n is not assignable to file or URL this. any is missing the following properties from type. File name is this any dot dot dot. Okay, any is missing the following properties. This is not assignable. How about this much? Is this assignable? This is also not assignable. Interesting. Previous values. It does have the value. And interface chat files is gonna be equals to chat files is gonna be equals to what? File and URL is gonna be string. This is how it should be going on. And once this is like this, and this is actually, let's make it chat file, just one of them. And once I have chat file over here, so I'm gonna be making it like this. And once it is like this, so once I'm getting the previous values, if I return the previous values, it doesn't have any problem. But if I restructure the value, at that time it does have the problem. What is the issue here? Chat file or undefined must have a symbol iterator. Symbol iterator. Symbol iterator method returns an iterator. When setting the value. What's wrong if I'm getting the previous one? Getting the previous value is not a problem. The thing is that this is actually gonna be an array, and now it's gonna be resolved. Okay, so this thing is done. And apart from this particular thing, dot dot dot, the current file that I have and the URL that I created, that is it. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So over here I'm just simply setting the values. Once the values are set, I have chat files. Once I have chat files, what will I do? It will run whenever the value of files changes, and when the value of chat files changes, of course it will re-render again. I don't want to run it when the value of chat files changes, and instead of having files here, I'm gonna be having chat files. And when it comes to chat files, so the file that I'm actually getting dot will have the URL as well, and this should be fine, probably. By the way, loading get URL, and at the end it is gonna be set loading to false. That simply means if loading, in that case return a div saying loading, last name bg gray 800, text 4XL, font bold, whatever, it doesn't really matter how the style looks like. Coming back to this enter. Okay, let's click on this. Could not start the video. I just want to go to the meeting. Click on this, enter the name. Here we are. And if I click on download, finally the image is downloaded. That's what I wanted. If I click on video, oh, I'm getting the image again and again. If I click on this, this is the PDF. That's what I wanted, didn't I? Interesting stuff. So ultimately what I did, I as soon as I got the files, I created another chat files. So ultimately I got the files, then I created chat files, and inside chat files I created the URL and added there. Whenever the value of chat file changed, at that time Of course, the page will be re-rendered, and as the page values, and simply adding them here, as simple as that. And the question is, don't I have video there? Close everything. So the chat panel, enable personal chats will be enabled later, and apart from this particular thing, overall things I'm gonna be getting them done. That's not really a big problem. As for the type that I want to send from here, that is also going to be sent, not really a big problem. Let's simply get rid of this. I have this chat input section, and from the chat, mainly the chat box, chat message, I have a video demo mp4, and once I have the video, I am chat files, I'm simply passing the video over here. So once I'm actually passing the video over here, I have this base URL. Using the base URL here, fine, and loading this, otherwise this. That simply means I should also be getting chat file. So when it comes to chat file, so I should anyway be getting the video as well. Okay, fine. The question is, why am I not getting the video there? Reload it. So video preview is not available for some reason. Videos preview is not available. Why? The preview of the video, blob URL, the preview cannot be, that's right. So let me do one thing. When I'm actually looping through it, files, whenever I'm simply looping through it, at that time, what am I doing here? Chat file, right? So I'm giving it the file type, file name. This is how I'm just simply going ahead. And chat files, when it comes to chat files, it does have this. So downloading works well. Because of what? Because of file.url that I have. Okay. And file.name, file.type, and when it comes to this, so the file.name is still the same. If the file name is still the same, so I should be getting the URL like this, and once I got the URL, this should be visible. Okay, chat file. So the question is, what is the value of chat files now? Let's check this thing out. CLG chat files, just like this. Coming back to this one, this is the value that I got. Oh, interesting. So these are the values. The value kept getting added, right? Yeah, reload it. So application zip, image, PDF, demo. Why am I getting the things twice? Because it gets re-rendered twice. Slowly it kept increasing. Okay, the question is, if I have two files here, yeah, I have a sore throat, just a minute. Okay, so what I was just simply saying, I have 4 values only, but I'm getting it. Whenever the file changes, this particular thing gets re-rendered. Let me get rid of this. It will be running only once. Does it make any difference? There's very less probability of this, and it does not. So whenever if the value of files changes, then of course it should be running. Then only I will be able to see the result and all. Otherwise it will always remain to 0. I mean empty. And when the value is actually running, set loading. Loading is true. Set loading is gonna be becoming false here. The chat files, the value is getting saved 8 times. Because of what? Because of rerunning this. So ultimately what happens? This files runs twice. That's right. Ultimately the whole component re-renders twice. In Next.js or React it is quite common, and because of that thing, this particular thing gets called twice, and the values keeps getting added there. As simple as that. By the way, even in that case, the whole thing gets unmounted. The state usually gets unmounted. I mean reset. What is the issue with this? Here is the issue. What am I facing here? I have files. So whenever the value of file changes, I'm going to have it here. And what is the problem here? Oh, let's not worry about that. Okay, so access to fetch uploads coding the code demo.zip from origin. This has been blocked by course policy. No access control origin header is present on the zip. Is not allowed. Coming back to this one. Cross origin for S3 bucket or for Cloudflare, mainly for Cloudflare, and I think it's not for Cloudflare. Rather it's for S3 bucket. Let me close it, and once I'm here, and where should I go and what should I click? I'm already inside the bucket. And right now if I go to what? Properties, inside the properties, at the end, well, this is not what I'm looking for. Bucket versioning and all. Coming back to this distribution, let's go to where should I look for the things here? Invalidations, logging, tags, behavior, distribution. This is the distribution that I have. It can never be here. That simply means I have to, how about here? Permission, sacred permission, security. It can never be here as well. So ultimately it should definitely be the part of this bucket. Metadata, properties, bucket versioning, ABAC, tags, default encryption. How to allow this or not allow this? Permission. Yeah, it should definitely be here, and definitely in the sense it is here, get post and all, and I'm actually allowing everything. So what is the problem with this? problem as such. Let me restart this, reload the page. Okay, the problem is with this. I'm here, enter the name, click on this, getting the same problem again. Type here, failed to fetch what? Chat files.tsx, line number 19. Here I'm trying to fetch something and I'm not able to fetch that. Okay, why is that so? Access to HTTP uploads coding the code site demo.pdf from origin localhost 3000 has been blocked by CORS policy. No access control origin header is present on the requested resource. Really? No access control origin requested resource. CORS origin sharing. So what am I doing here? I'm allowing everything, and let me do one thing. Apart from this particular thing, I'm gonna allow HTTP localhost 3000. Save changes. Changes have been saved. Reload the page. Enter the name. Click on this. Still getting that. It's just simply been blocked from HTTP localhost 3000. Not getting that. Why it's being blocked? From here, I'm simply sending a GET request, and I am base URL / file name. And why is that so? That so far I've been getting it right, and suddenly I'm not. Distribution. It is just used for distributing. So if I actually come here, objects, uploads, these are the files. Let me copy it, or let me copy the PNG. Copy HTTP / uploads coding the code site / this. I am getting it here. So if I'm actually getting this here, that simply means it hasn't been blocked. Properties. Allow headers. Specifically, I'm allowing this one as well, HTTP localhost 3000. Then there's no way of getting this here, but I'm still getting that. Time to take the help of AI now. Coming back to this. Why am I getting this error? You are getting this error because the response from your file server uploads coding does not include access allow header. Your browser is making request from this. And since these are different origins, the browser enforces CORS. The problem in your CORS config from the screenshot S3 rule is allow origins, allowed origins. But this is incorrect. You missed. Oh, sorry. Correct CORS. This. I have lost my mind now. Save. Let me check it again. See whether it works or not. Reload the page. Even after building this, I have to even make it understandable, cleaner and all. Still getting the same. Oh, not the same actually. Actually the same. Get this net error failed uploads demo png. Access from this demo from origin. Okay, fine. Still getting that. Response is not coming directly from S3. You are requesting to upload coding the code.site/demo.png. This is the custom domain, and so the request likely goes through the CloudFront. Yeah, that's right, Nginx load balancer and all. S3 CORS rules only apply when the browser talks directly to S3. If proxy sits in front of S3 doesn't forward to header, the browser will still block. So confirm the real problem. Curl look for header access control allow origin. If don't see, then the proxy or CDN is removing. So your backend name, then S3. This works. Most common cause CloudFront not forwarding headers. If you are using CloudFront, you must add a response headers policy. So response header policy. Go to CloudFront distribution behavior response header policy. Okay, great. Let me go there now if it's needed. So distribution behavior, create a behavior. What is the next thing that I have to do? Behavior response header policy. Oh, sorry. After going to behavior, response header policy. There is no response header policy. What to do now? Edit. Making this response header policy, response headers policy option, right? Simple CORS with blah blah blah. Allow all origins from simple CORS request. This is how I'm gonna be going ahead. Create CORS headers policy. I can create it on my own as well. Okay, from here I can just simply allow it. Get rid of this. Simple CORS. Allow all origins for simple CORS request. Allow origins for CORS request including pre-flight request. Okay, that's fine. And origin request policy. Let's not worry about it. Hopefully it will save the issue, fix the issue. But if it doesn't, then of course I'll be working on it more. Will it fix it? Nope, it did not. It's been blocked by this particular origin, right? Mainly because this origin has been requesting for the files again and again, so CloudFront blocked it probably. So what is the solution to this? The solution to this, compress objects automatically, viewer redirect to HTTPS automatically, HTTP methods get header. Allowed HTTP methods get end header. Okay. Restrict viewers. If you restrict viewers access, viewers must use CloudFront assigned URLs or signed cookies to access your content. Okay. Cache and origin. Origin request origin request policy optional. Response headers. Origin request policy to forward this. Okay. Create origin request policy. Headers. This is not a problem. The problem could be this. Course will allow our person for course request including pre-flight request. Course with pre-flight request security headers. Allow origins persecute or including pre-flight request or security. Okay. Does it work? If it works, that's great. Otherwise, I will take the help of AI again. I will ask for the best option. What else? One thing is clear. So far, I've been getting the result. Suddenly, I'm not getting the result. That's mainly because of the CloudFront blocking it. So if I click on this, let me do one thing. Let me select this and simple question. Which one to select? You should select course with pre-flight. That is the correct choice for you. Course with pre-flight is correct. Your front-end local may send put post delete when the browser sends this. Okay, option. Correct setup for you. Response headers policy. Course with pre-flight save changes. Wait for 1 to 2 minutes. CloudFront to deploy. After that, test again. Okay, it's not like I'm facing the issue here. I'm getting it. I am not facing the issue when getting the files directly using the URL, just facing it when getting them using this behavior. Opening the URL directly works. Fetch gives the errors. Why? Well, direct URL works when you open this and this in the browser address image source. The browser does not enforce course. This is called simple source request. Example can be something like this. The browser simply downloads the resource edge. The origin request. So now server must respond with the access control origin. If it doesn't, the response blocks. Your code also has a problem. Files for each file. For each does not wait for async operations. Your set loading false runs before which finishes. Use promise all instead. So await promise all. I'm gonna be running map here. Okay, interesting stuff. This is not gonna be waiting for that, so let me use map here. And apart from this map stuff, I need to use promise all. And promise all gets this whole thing, and I'm gonna be returning this from here. The results are gonna be saved inside this. So promise all will be responsible for running map. Is that so? Okay, so let me do one thing. Const results are gonna be equals to new promise dot all, just like this. What is the issue? You don't have to use a new over there, rather promise dot all, and let's simply await that. For awaiting that, make it async, just like this. Once you made it async, simply return. Okay, so ultimately it will be responsible for running that dot file and URL. Once this is done, so I got my results. Once I got my results, set chat files results. Any problem? Chat files results, no problem as such. Coming back to this, let me check this thing now. This thing. Access control allow origin header is present on the requested resource. No header is present on the requested resource. Okay, this header related stuff. Sign in again. Oh no way. Signing is not that easy because I don't have my mobile. This is insane. I will have to get my mobile to sign in here. Otherwise, how will I? Just give me a second. I'm gonna go to my mobile and get the URL for it. Ultimately, MFA code. And once that is done, then I'll be back and enter it here. I'll be back soon. Come on. Alrighty then. It's been quite rushy. I went there running. I came back running. and then got the code. Alrighty then, what can I do this with this particular stuff? This distribution, I have logged in again. Will it work or not? No way. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong. It's just that it is being blocked. What is missing? You have not selected origin request policy. Okay, so fix set the origin request policy to course SC origin. Origin request policy, origin request policy, origin request policy. This, save it. Is this gonna be working? Let's see. Let me reload this. Ultimately, what else? And hopefully it's gonna be working this time. No way, yaar. Okay. Still getting that. Yeah, but there are one big clue in your screenshot. Upload coding reports are developed. Notice that HTTP. Not HTTP. Yes, am I crazy? No way. Literally. I'm crazy. I'm literally crazy. I write the URL wrong. And then I worry that why it's not but allowing me. Finally, here we are. And I have only 4. Dipendra yaar. Sorry. What else? Promise resolves them one by one, so it just goes on like this. It's better to use promise. So whenever you are changing kind of a file, so you are mapping through something and awaiting inside that, ultimately changing this stuff, so it's better to use promise all. And promise all just simply takes that particular array. So inside the promise all run, go through the, use map and just do whatever you want to do. Return the values, whatever the value is returned to the files. Promise all will be just simply returning that particular value. You will get it, and then the job is done. Quite good stuff. Okay, this much is done. And that was my bad that maybe by mistake I just somehow removed that from there. And right now everything seems to be working. If I click on this, PDF is downloaded. If I click on this, image is downloaded. If I click on this, video is downloaded. Let me watch the video as well. So it is definitely working. And if I click on this, again a zip file is downloaded. That simply means things are working exactly as expected. Okay, so this much I've done, and this way we can just simply check the things sent by others over here. Whew, this thing is done. What is the next thing? The next thing is that doing the same thing over there. So I'm gonna be doing nothing but copying and pasting this stuff. That simply means I'm gonna cut the things from here and going to paste them here as well. Delivered this. Forget about the delivered, bro. Delivered and this, and seen at this. So let me have it here, and apart from this particular thing, let me cut from here and let me replace it. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Any problem? Yeah, we do have, and that is chat files, items, start. So this is how I will be having the things here. And apart from this particular, oh yeah, I have it here, then I have it here, and name, I have the name, time, this, and this. So what is the issue? There is no issue as such. The only thing is that this thing is coming after this. So what is the solution to this? Chat bubble. If I don't have this, then it works great, but as soon as I have this, it does not, and the reason is chat start. So let's check this thing out. Coming back to this section, this, and then this. So they are okay, and then this. So what's the issue here? Not able, not able to get the idea exactly. What's the reason behind this? If I make it flex column, then it works. But that goes at the top. But I don't want that. This is fine, this is just not closer to that for some reason. Oh, I'm missing something here in this particular section. Flex column, start, item start. If I make it the item end, then it doesn't really matter, item start. And chat bubble, then I have the files here. Inside the files, flex column, this, and then these are the things: chat footer opacity 50, chat footer opacity 50 delivered, and this is the files section. So what is the issue here? The issue is something else. Something else in the sense what? Chat bubble, text opacity 50. I have chat header over here. Then I have the image and width 10. Rounded full image tailwind CSS. Chat and I have chat start over here. So overall it's exactly the same. So what is the issue? They are on top of each other. Doesn't matter how small or big that is, it is still gonna be the same. hmm. And just because if I remove it, this file section that I have here, if I just comment it for some reason, then yeah, everything's fine. Even having this div is not a problem, having the files are the problem. Is yeah, I mean that is even not a problem. Like having this file is the problem here. If I check out the file, so height 40, width full, is this the problem? And probably not. I'm not even getting the time there. Interesting. The time is usually there. So let me do it. I mean, make it right forcefully. I've been trying to understand the code, but it doesn't really make any sense right now. Like exactly why am I getting this? So the simple solution can be that this div is there, that's still here, so this particular section is fine. These two things are just simply changing their places. So cut them, keep them inside a div. Okay. And apart from this particular thing, once they are inside a div, how about doing one thing? This whole thing, chat bubble, chosen one, keeping it all inside a div. Okay. Class name flex. Flex column. And I could have made it on my own if I knew this. I would face this issue. This is a pre-made component, and this is actually doing like this. Okay, so items, and will it solve it? No, it won't. Let me go till the beginning, like exactly what I've been doing since. Okay. How about now? This looks fine. And what is the next thing? Copy this. I mean, that would be the best thing. Copy it here, paste it here, so they look the same, right? Now what I have to do, this image, first of all, the time, I don't even have the time. This is the time that I have chat header, right? And the name. Okay, this is the name is gonna be coming here, and the time, and the message. So header, why is the header here? The header should actually be at the top, or doesn't it? It doesn't really matter where you keep the header. Turns out yes, it doesn't really matter where you keep the header. Okay, so this is gonna be the chat header. Apart from this particular thing, what else? Just after the chat header, I have a message and profile. So chat image, this is the chat image section. Then chat, or call it bubble, whatever. and ultimately chat files. So these are the few things that I have here, and they're exactly the same. So let me copy and at the end of the day paste them here. So this much is fine. What is the next thing? Chat. This should be end, and it's time to work on the functionality of chat start. When it comes to chat start, so first of all, at the top I need to have the same thing. Okay, fine with that. And just below I need to have firstly image. Even when it comes to this, so name and time, that is fine, but these things should be where. So I need to make it a chat start. This is how it will be. And when this is chat start, chat header, opacity, chat bubble, everything, chat header, everything else is fine, just that goes this particular message in this box, right? Chat bubble, chat start. So ultimately this is the message that I'm not getting the right way, and the whole header, so this particular part, chat start, it doesn't work. Since the beginning I've been having the things like this. This has been the chat message. It's been like this since the beginning, and I had no problem with that. How about like this? Any problem? No problem. And do the same here. Any problem? No problem as such. And as there is no problem, let me copy it. And paste it here. Any problem? Pasting it where? Pasting it the outside div. How about pasting it inside? That will be problematic. Chat bubble, cut it. That will make it behave the same. But if I actually paste it outside, it will not be problematic at all. That simply means pasting it here, the whole div, copy, paste it here, no problem as such. As for this delivered, get rid of this. This is how it's gonna be going on, and overall fine. And text start, there's no text start, fine. Flex item end, this is the starting point, flex start, that's what I wanted. And as for the width of it, this is the interesting bit, right? So margin right is gonna be 5. That's what I want, don't I? I don't give any margin. mx3, or probably just 1. And same goes for, or let's not give any margin here, rather give the margin here, class name mx margin x 2 1. This is how it's gonna be going on. And let's call up gap, forget about flex and all, space y1. That's what I want. Same needs to happen here as well. Ultimately, sometimes you need to just forget about the designing stuff, whatever you get, and add some stuff from your own side, then only issues go away. For some reason I've been facing this issue here again and again. mx1 and flex space y1, and instead of keeping it here, because I want both of them have the same design, and that is why I'm going to be keeping it here. This file section is actually going to be back here, so ultimately both of them are going to be looking the same, and that's what I actually wanted, didn't I? Okay, so once I've done this much, now the problem is they have the same IDs. That will be problematic right now as well as later. So how can I resolve this issue? The thing is simple. Chat message this and then I have chat files. The problem is not in the chat message, the problem is in the chat files. So when showing the chat files here, what am I doing? Slide in this. So what is happening? Both of them have the same, yeah, that's right, and using the ID it gets problematic. That's also right. So what is the solution? Will it be resolved automatically or not? First of all, let's talk about this. I have chat files for this particular message. Later I will get different chat files, because both the chat files are same right now, so I'm facing this issue. So later it should be resolved automatically, don't you think so? Probably. If it doesn't get resolved, then I will work on this. So talking about the things, these are the things that you worked on so far. Great. And what is the next thing? The next thing is that actually sending the message. By the way, there could be one more thing here. Talking about this, so I have this end message, I have this start message, and both of them need to be here. But there's a thing. Start message should be from those people who are texting me, and end message is going to be mine. That's right. How will I differentiate? And most importantly, how will I differentiate? And it could be pretty simple, that whenever you are sending the message, add your ID over there, and once your ID is added, ultimately sender ID. If that sender ID is equals to you, that means that is yours, otherwise that is not yours. On the basis of that thing, you will be just keeping it at the start or at the end. Okay, so this is all about chat message, and let's talk about what will the message actually contain. Okay, so far we have just files, but chat message should ideally have what all. So when it comes to a message, this is the flow. I mean, this is going to be just one message. Similarly, there can be many messages, right? So in chat panel, I have this chat message, and over here there can be actually many messages. I have to just simply render them here. How about if I duplicate it? What will happen in that case? If I duplicate that, what does this mean? Slide. Chat message. Whenever I open the chat, could not start a video source. Getting this error. There are no messages. Earlier I had the files here. And right now, this is how it looks like. This is interesting, but not exactly what I want. So how can I fix this? By setting the height, or probably the main container. What is the main container here? Chat panel. This is the chat message, and I have chat input. And chat messages can be many, and they are not inside a div. As simple as that. Right. Div. It's still gonna be the same, I know it. And class name overflow x auto. Still, it needs to have a fixed height. In that case, what is the height? What is this particular section? I need to calculate, then only I can just talk about this one. So if it is 10, it is 20, then it should be 30. I mean 70. Height. I mean just guessing. Nothing else. But it's not like 70 at all. I mean 70%. This is mainly because of this chat. Okay, this thing doesn't seem to be working. In that case, say height is gonna be 100 around. This looks like that. How about making it 200? Fine. 250. Too much. 230. 20. 10. 15. Alrighty, this is what I wanted, didn't I? So this is how it's gonna be going to be. And as for this chat flex column, let me make the items to be placed in the center. Oh, bad. Justify center. Okay, let me make it 13, maybe 11, or probably 10. So this is how it's gonna be going on. As for this thing, let me keep it inside another div. Height, class name, height full. BG at 300. this is flex 1, so it takes the whole width, the remaining one, more than that, I mean whatever the remaining space is. And then just inside that I have message, I have two divs, and if I make it flex, it will take the whole. What is the size of this one? Height is gonna be around 20, 18, probably 15, 13, just below that what do I have? What is this part? This is the empty box that I have. Kind of some, oh, margin I gave it. How can I forget that? The margin should be only on at the top, not at the bottom. So the margin to the panels, this panel definitely has some margin, and mainly that is the chat panel. And the margin that I gave it here, somewhere, border left, chat message. Where did I give it the margin? The top level, right? If not margin, then there should be padding, but not this one. The flex, it has chat panel and panel ref, both. This has, so ultimately where is this being used? Panels are being used inside page.tsx, video section panels, flex, I have participant panel, similarly I have chat panel, border left base flex, font text based content. Okay, nothing seems to have some kind of margin and all. So why do I have this extra margin here? So if I actually check this thing out, this particular part, so flex border bottom, this is the main part, flex, and the another one. So flex, then border left, then this part, then mainly this part. This has flex 1. So ultimately this is the that I have to fix overflow height full, and it is happening mainly because of this one. So overflow panels, chat panel, this is the overflow height full. So instead of giving it this much width, height full, why not? It will look something like this. height full, interesting. How about height 80% and height 20%. This is also gonna be fine. 70, 10, how can I fix this? So it will have around 80% or something. So this is how it's gonna be looking like. And there is this extra thing, the height full. That's problematic because height full means what? The whole screen. And there is this as well. That's gonna be problematic in that case. So how about this? Height 80, height 10, height 80 to this, height 10 to this. That's gonna be problematic. So last name, height 10%, then height 90%, and after that let's see what happens. So ultimately they have the full width and all. Okay, I can make it around 5, I can make it 95, will not be problematic still. I can make it 6, and that's exactly the same, and it can be 94. Great. And now let's talk about this. This is gonna be having 80, so if it will have 20, but that's gonna be too much. So in that case, let it have 10 and let it have 90. Okay. How about just giving it 5, 8%, maybe 7. And apart from this particular thing, it would have remaining 93%. And more or less, that's what I wanted. Let me make it 92 and keep it around 8%. That still looks great. And apart from this particular thing, this particular stuff, so whatever I have inside this, let me make it flex. Items are actually gonna be center. Let me remove what color, and as for the border that it has, border top right, it's better to make it grid initially, because if that is not a grid, then that becomes problematic. Grid in the sense, if it were grid by default, then okay, I will not be facing these issues, but right now this is not grid, so it's better to keep the things like this. Having said that, chat panel, item center, and things are here. width full, height this much, still the preview container, and then this one. Why is it so that it does not have width full, or haven't I given it? Yeah, I haven't given it. So width full to what? Width full to this. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. Okay, it's time to remove this as well. How scroll? How to remove hide scroll? WebKit. How to? So this is actually gonna be sort of like this WebKit scroll bar, and okay, what should I be doing then? Let me go to global.css, and over here no scroll bar, just like this. And what should I have it here? Can I have it inside this? Is this even possible? Scroll bar, none. Okay, let's see. Coming back to what? Scroll bar using class. Example in WebKit. First of all, I have to use this on here and here, and that is merely the chat panel section. Panels, chat panel, message, and yeah, it worked. Yeah, never expected this thing to work directly, but yeah, it did. We have simply made the width to 0, and as there is no width, so there is no scroll bar as well. What else could be better than this? Interesting stuff. I don't know how long it took. Never mind. Let's continue. So this much is done, and it's time to just simply go through it. The real stuff. So far it's been simple stuff. The real stuff, simple stuff, I'm gone. Okay, what is the next thing? First of all, this is working fine. The next thing is that you have to just actually get the messages. Messages. Do I have the store? I do have the chat store. So chat.ts, what do I have? Nothing. I literally don't have anything here. Chat.ts. What will this be used for? This will be used for storing the chats. Okay. Use chat. State action, let's have it here. Chat type .ts. I'll have a few things here. Copy it, paste it here, remove it, come back here, import it from the chat section. So state needs to import it from the chat. Similarly, action needs to import it from chat. These things don't need to be here. Nothing at all actually. Alrighty, so this is how we are gonna be going ahead. And logic here. 3. Alrighty, so what am I supposed to be having here? Mainly I'm supposed to be having chats here. Yeah, I'm supposed to be having chats here. The question is, chat is definitely gonna be an array. That's right. I even need to have the type for that. So when it comes to type, so in here I will have chats, and that's gonna be chat type, of course. Chat and array. The question is, what will this chat be? Chat. If there's any chat, I need the message. If I'm storing any chat, because at the end of the day I have to just simply loop through that, so there should definitely be message. Then the chat should actually have files, more than one. No, files type. I already have it here. Why am I creating it? File, don't I have it? Files. Okay, let's create it. I have file type, right? Don't I have that? File type. Meeting ID. It's really far from here. Let's not worry about that. File type should have what? The file that I get, that should at least have two things. File name, gonna be string, file type. For now that's also gonna be string. Simple. That can be actually, file type can be many. File type in the sense, there can be many file types. I had them here, right, inside chat panel, message, chat input. These are the file types that I have. Let me have them here as well. What else? Okay, when it comes to file types, I'm gonna be having it here. Any problem as such? No problem, but yeah, definitely some problems. This is gonna be file. File will have file name this, and file this. Any problem? As of now, no problem. So I will have chats like this. Anything else? So message is gonna be there, files is gonna be there. Second, sender ID. Really important. Sender ID. Who was the sender of this chat? That's gonna be string, of course. So I have the sender ID. And what else? I sent the chat. I sent with my sender ID. Who was the sender of this chat? And if the sender ID is equals to my ID, that simply means I am the I am the one who sent the chat. As soon as I send the chat, that will become the part of the chats. Then I have to don't send the chat back to me, rather to others. And that is sort of right. Okay. And sender ID message file, sender ID message files. Okay, for now this much is enough. One more thing that I can have. That's actually gonna be profile. Do I actually need to have this? The fact is that's no, because I have the sender ID. Using the sender ID, I can easily find the profile as well. Just these many things are enough, and that's it. Okay, so let's simply start working on this. So the next thing that I would need to do, that is, I will be getting some messages, kind of chat, and I will have to just simply add them. This is the only thing that I would need to do usually. So that simply means inside this, I will have set chat, and this is gonna be, I'm gonna be getting a chat message. The type of chat message is gonna be chat with the sender message and files, and that will be returning one. So usually this is, this should be happening. Okay, how long? It's what the hell, 11:09. I don't know why I'm taking why it takes so much to just, it takes actually a lot of time to just simply build the projects. I can take the help of AI, it's not like that, but why? That's no sense. I'm not working for any company and all that I should be taking the help of AI. It's the learning phase, and at that time it's better to write the logic on my own. Whew, let's see how it's gonna be going on. Coming back to this one, set chat, and what now? I will actually be getting chat bro, chat type, chat @repo. Oh, that's fine. And that simply means I'm getting it from here. No way. I created the type earlier. Interesting. I'll actually have multiple files. So though I created this chat type is not perfect. Instead of having the ID, I'm gonna be having sender ID here. Message is fine. There are gonna be files, and when it comes to the files, so file this. Okay, what is the file? Const file is gonna type export. I will be arranging this, like keeping the types at the right places and all. This is gonna be done, don't worry. Export type file like this, file type URL, and that is it. So I have the file type. This file type is wrong. Yeah. What is the real value of the file types? This is the one. Let me paste it here. These are the file types that I have, mainly keeping it here globally, so that I can just use them at multiple places. And type file, did this file will have file. The file that I have that will have type and URL, is that so? Not really, sorry. It will, the file that I have that will have file name, and that will have file type. The file type will have file type property, as simple as that. And this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. Coming back to this one, chat is actually gonna come from there, that's fine. So let me do it here as well. So instead of creating this chat, sender ID message files, and file is gonna be something like this. and then types are something like this. Let's simply get rid of everything, and the chat will directly be imported from types. And what else? Nothing else. Coming back to this one. Oh, I have to set. So set. What do I have to set? I have to set the chats. That simply means I'm gonna be getting the previous values as well. Of course I will. So that simply means chats is gonna be equals to an array. Of course, that simply means I need to get the values of previous arrays. I mean chats as well. Of course. And now I have to set the new yeah chat. Any problem? No problem message. Okay, so this much I've done. And now what should happen? Ideally, that I should close everything. This is the only thing that should happen ideally. And now let me go to web app and app, and this is not even that big application. Well, I cannot call it small either, because WebRTC is used, and you know about WebRTC. Ultimately, this is the clone of what? Call it Google or something, Google Meet or something. So cannot call it a small project. There are many things here, but it's not like really big one. I'm just forget about everything. So let's simply go ahead with the project. And panels. Inside panels I have chat panel. Inside chat panel I have chat input. From the chat input I'm gonna be sending the value. Let's go here. Chat input. Inside chat input I have files, I have message. And when it comes to the files, so what the files contain? These files contain file name and file type. File name, file type. Okay. That simply means I have my files, I have the message, I have the sender ID, and I sender ID. By the way, let me delete it from here. Now I will get the error. So what will I do? Once I get the error, like I got it here. File isn't here. This file needs to be imported from types, and now I'm not getting the error. I don't know why I wasn't being shown error message here, because no because let's talk about this one. Time to do what? Time to send the message. So message is gonna be what? Message is gonna be label is gonna be labels from repo dot normal server process. Data will have the type. Type is gonna be what? Type, so dot constants dot what type? Send a message. Send a message. What is the next thing? Payload. Interesting. Now payload will contain what? First of all, sender ID. Do I have that? I don't have that. How will I get that? I don't know, but I'll figure it out. Of course I know. Message files. What is the issue? Blocked scope and message declaration. Message data. Let's name it message data this time. Otherwise I will face the issue. Message. Let's make it chat message. Instead of naming it message, I'm gonna be naming it chat message. Set chat message. And of course I will get the error. By the way, this is my chat message. Any problem? This way at least I will not face the issues. Message. This is the message that I will be sending, and this is gonna be the message will contain the chat message. What else? set chat message. Chat message. Okay, I've got the message. What else? You have got the you haven't got the sender ID. How will I get the sender ID? Sender ID, come on, think about it. Sender ID is the ID of the current user. Yes or no? Yes. Do you have the current user? Yes. Can you get the current sender ID? Of course, no. So how do I get the current user? Use meeting state. Meeting. Import it first of all. Current participant date. Something like this. Any problem? So you got current participant over here. Gale mein khich khich. Copy it and let's simply paste it here. Current participant dot ID. So this is gonna be the sender ID. This is the sender who's sending this. And chat or message, files, and what else? Nothing else. Once I have it here, I'll actually create a function that will just simply send it up. Or let's not create a function, send it directly. Const WebSocket is gonna be equals to get socket. Get WS socket. Connection. I forget the name of the functions. I hope this is not a sync. Yeah, this is not. So I got my WebSocket. WebSocket.send. What? JSON.stringify. What next? Message. Ooh, backend संभाल लेना. I'll send. Okay, I need to go to the backend now. This is not done yet actually. This is not done because of one reason. Because of what? I have this. I need to save it. Got it? Okay, let's save it too. So once I've sent it, or probably before even sending it. Yeah, before sending it. So this is the payload, right? So const chat payload is gonna be equals to this. Any problem? Chat payload. So chat payload is gonna be equals to sender ID, chat message, and this. कोई दिक्कत? No दिक्कत. Over here, no दिक्कत. And what about the next thing? Message is created. Once I have the chat payload, once I have the message, just after chat payload, I'm gonna be setting the chat. Use chat. Store chat. State dot set chat. Const set chat. This is the just recent one that I created, and I'm gonna be setting the chat here. Set chat payload. Any problem? Of course. Message is declared here. Chat payload message. Okay, got it. Type is the problem. Type. Use chat. And state. Now chat. This chat. Let's go to this chat. Instead of message, this should be chat message. Any problem? No problem, but I forgotten where I was. There are so many files. Now I'm stuck. How can I get stuck? Okay, I'm back. Well, this is the right file where I was working. Okay, so I set the message. I created the message and sent it to the backend side. Gone. Now what? Let's go to the backend, bro, and forward this message to others. What else? Was everything? Backend, bhai. I'm back. WS server, source, and src ultimately, and server.ts. Turns out I will get the message here. Yeah, that's right. Then that will be handled by normal server process. That's right. Once it is handled by normal server process, then I have to create one thing. Okay, what is that thing? Const, or not const, case types dot. Send message. This is the type, isn't this? Handle send message. Data dot payload, done. Gonna be returning, done. Gonna be going here, done. Creating one more folder, export function handle send message. Will be getting something. Something means what? Something means data dot payload is being sent. That simply means I will be getting what? But before that, let me import it here. Data dot payload. Data dot payload. Data dot payload. Payload contains what? Payload contains the sender ID. Payload contains chat message. Payload contains. But do I need to, destructure it here? Chat message payload contains what? It contains files. Okay. Sender ID is gonna be nothing but a string. Chat message is gonna be nothing but a string. Files is gonna be file from @repo. This, no problem as such. The question is, what do I have to do here? And the answer is, once you get this back, get this here, somebody sent, somebody whose ID was this, sent this here. Even if that person did not send the ID, I would have got it from the backend side as well. It's okay, the person is nice, the person sent the ID. Once the person, otherwise, what was the other way? If the person did not send the ID, then what would I do? If the person did not send the ID, then if I'm not wrong, I'm already storing it inside state connection. Nope, I'm not. So in that case, I would have to pass it here. How passing it? Passing it like this, connection ID. The way I'm passing the connection ID like this, I would have to do the same. But the good thing is what? The good thing is that I'm already getting the connection ID. Interesting. That simply means I don't need to worry about it. Connection ID is coming from the front end side. Okay. Once I got the connection sender ID, this is the sender, this is the chat message, this is the file, and the next thing is that I have to forward it to all the users. That simply means I need to find other users. Okay. What should be the first? Other participant. How will I find other participant? If I'm not wrong, I have meeting. Inside the meeting, I have participants. First thing, the goal is not to find other participants. The goal is to find the participants. Mainly the meeting. How will I find the meeting? Okay, when it comes to meeting, so I don't really have the meeting ID, and the thing is that I could have sent it here. How about sending the meeting ID directly from the front end to here? Because here I have to say, look for it, right? I am sending the sender ID. How about sending the meeting ID as well? This way I will not have to look for the meeting ID, and the job will be so easy. Even it is possible that I already have the sender ID, so I have to find a meeting that has this sender. So this is gonna be fine working. But if I can actually send the meeting ID from the client side, so sone pe suhaga, something like that. So let's do that. And if people become crazy, and so am I becoming crazy too. What else? Well, you have to do something anyhow, doesn't matter what. So yeah, this happens. Coming back to this, from the front end side I have to send this video section. I have to get the meeting ID. How will I get the meeting ID? Okay, I'll see. Panels, chat panel, input. From here I'm sending this. The question is, I do want to get the meeting ID, but I don't know how will I get the meeting ID. And if I'm not wrong, then current participant does contain the meeting ID. So if I go to the participants, they have what? Meeting ID as well. That simply means from there I can get the meeting ID. Such a good thing this is. I already have the current participant over here, so I got the this and the current participant who's sending. Then of course I'm gonna be getting the meeting ID as well from here. So current current participant dot meeting ID. Added advantage. What else? I'm gonna be sending them both. Once I'm sending them. So let me go to the backend side. Now what? As I'm already in the backend side, so collapse everything. What else? Because I'm not able to find the right file. Store, forget about the store helpers, normal process. I was here, and the thing is that this time also I will get one more thing. That's gonna be meeting ID. That's gonna be string, and I will have sender ID. I will have meeting ID. What else? Nothing else. We can just simply get the job done easily. I got the meeting ID. Once I got the meeting ID, let's find the meeting. So const meeting is gonna be meetings and meeting ID. Any problem? As if no problem. Okay, what is the next thing? Once I got the meeting, then I have to get the other participants. So const other participants is gonna be equals to meeting dot participants dot filter. Okay, participant. Participant. I have written this logic so many times. Now I can write it even sleeping. If not equals to sender ID. Simple. This comparison appears to be unintentional because the types parameters overlap. Sorry. Fine. So meeting a participant filter. If a participant's ID is not equals to sender ID, that is the other participant. Okay, I've got other participants. What is the next thing? Need to have the connections. Okay, let's do one thing. Other participants dot for each participant. Once I got the participant, I will get the connection. So connections. Don't look at me like this. Whatever comes, I'm just simply gonna be writing, nothing else. Okay, so participant dot ID. So I got the WebSocket. I have to create the message. So const message is gonna be equals to label. Normal process. Data types. Receive message. Let me create a new type. I already have. Payload. Interesting. Who was the sender? Sender ID. कोई दिक्कत? Then once I got the sender ID, I will even be sending the meeting ID so that I can check whether the meeting is exactly the same or I got the message from some other meeting or something. So let me send the meeting ID as well. Chat messages, and files. So what have I changed though? The payload is exactly just like payload. Actually, I'm using the meeting ID and sender ID from here. So let me do one thing. Let me just write payload here. Once I have the payload, so const payload, and I will be getting meeting ID and sender ID here. Once I get them, after that payload is actually gonna be equals to payload. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead with the things. Any problem? Doesn't seem to have any problem as such. WebSocket.send JSON.stringify WebSocket. Huh. Nonsense. Ah. So WebSocket message go to the front end. Front end संभाल लेना. Of course I will have to go and संभालना, but okay, just fine. Front end. Lib signaling.ts on message normal process. What now? One more case. Types dot receive message. Handle RECEIVE receive message and break it here. The question is data dot, no question, just answer payload. Let me go here at the end, export function handle receive message. I will be getting payload here. Payload will contain sender ID, payload will contain meeting ID, payload will contain chat message, payload will contain files, the type sender ID is gonna be string, meeting ID is gonna be string though, chat message और ये भी string. Files is gonna be type of file that I'm gonna be importing from this, and this is gonna be an array. Any problem? Import it. At least no problem here. Many problems here. Handle is sorry. Functional implementation is missing the immediately declaration. What? Oh, sorry. Yeah, right. Now fine. Coming back to this, what is the next thing, bro? What happened here? This message has been received by other users. Got it? You got the chat, you got the message, you got the sender, you got the meeting ID. Whether you save the meeting ID or not is it's completely up to you. Whether you check the user with that meeting ID or not is completely up to you. But you have to do one thing, bro. What is that? Use a chat dot get state dot set chat const set chat, just like this. That chat set chat contains the three things. Set chat is gonna be taking an object. That object chat contains what? Chat contains sender ID, chat contains chat message, chat contains files. Remaining, if you wanna do something with the meeting ID, do. Don't wanna do, don't do. Doesn't really matter, bro. Okay, this much we've done. What is the next thing? We have to render it. Okay, rendering time. I know there could be many bugs as well, so we will figure it out whenever we get, whenever the right time comes. Right now I'm just simply focusing on writing the logic, nothing else. Meeting page.tsx panels, chat panel, and then message. Here. Now I have to get all the what? Now I have to get all the messages. Fine. Chats. Use chat. Done. Got the chats. Once got the chats, cut, and then chats dot map chat. Here we are. Wow. Oi. Okay. Any problem? No problem as such. Next. Any problem? No problem as such. Key is gonna be what? Chat has the sender ID. Make the sender ID as the key. What else? Chat has the sender ID. Sender ID will be unique. Not guaranteed, because the same sender can send the message over and over. Then in that case, sender ID will not be the same. That will be duplicated. Chat. What is the type of chat? Chat type from here. File. Chat input. No need. Interesting. Do I need this now anymore? Turns out no, I don't. Fine. Now I have to check. Const is a sender is gonna be equals to what? Got the chat. Chat will contain the sender ID. Before even that, const current participant is gonna be equals to use meeting state dot current participant. Once I got the value of the current participant, what next? Got the value of the current participant. So current each sender is gonna be equals to current participant dot ID. That's triple equals to chat dot sender ID. Simple. So that is the current participant. Otherwise, that is not the current participant. And if you are the sender, if is the sender, then the left right one. If not, then the left one. Chat start. Let me make it like this. Keep it simple. No keeping it simple. Okay, like this. If is a sender, then something. Otherwise, then something. Otherwise section is this. Chat start. And if you are the sender, then that section is this. Forget about this chat end. So if you are the sender, chat end. If you are not the sender, but it's not really gonna make any sense. Let's simply get rid of this. Interesting. What is the next thing? The next thing is to, as for this, let this be here. I have a good image name. The chat that I got, that already has the sender. If you are the sender, is sender, that simply means current participant dot name. Current participant dot username. So this particular thing is done. And the files, chat will contain is sender is already declared. That's fine. and files. What are gonna be the files? Chat.files. Now if you are not the sender, then what? The name is gonna be what? I need to find other participants. Copy paste. Other participant. I'm gonna be writing the whole logic today. Tomorrow I will be fixing the bugs. Okay, other participants. Once I have other participants over here, so other participants dot. Okay. Other participants, and then dot find participant dot id. That's it, triple equals to sender id. I got the participant. Once I got the participant, then what? Once I got the participant dot username. Simple. Now the sender id should be chat.sender id. Any problem? No problem as such. Forget about the time going. We'll figure it out. We'll add this later. Message. Chat.message. I hit you. Really? Chat message. Hooray! Done, bro. That's it. Will it work? God knows. I've written the logic. That's it. My job is done. If it works, that's great. If it doesn't work, that's also great. I'm gonna be fixing it tomorrow, not today. One more thing. And that thing is that as soon as I send the message, input message should be empty. Not only message, yeah. The files that I have, they should be empty as well, right? Don't you think so? That's right. Both of them should become empty. So handle send. Files are sent. Set chat message empty. Set files. Let's see. Simple message. Hi. Okay. Then bye. There's extra space. You know what? That is mainly because of the carousel that I'm using. But if there are no files in that case, that should be hidden. So what I have to do? Pretty simple, easy peasy thing, and that is the message section here. I have carousel here. Carousel chat files. So what will I do? Logic here. Cn. And what is the logic? The logic is that if chat.files that's triple equals to 0, in that case hidden. As simple as that. Comparison appears to be unintentional. Chat files dot length. No, I'm feeling sleepy. I'm not feeling sleepy though. I'm thirsty. Just mind is here, working its to its fullest level, but that fullest level is not here. But still, apart from this particular thing, same thing needs to be done here as well. So let me copy it and paste it here. Ooh, chat length hidden. Okay, fine. Let's see now. Oi hoi, oi hoi. Made some ears, really big ones, and now don't know what will happen. Not getting that. Name, enter the name. Go to here, send the message. Right now, at least. That's hidden. That's hidden. No message. I can send it like this as well. Let me fix this as well. Amazing. So what I have to fix? Input box, chat box. The last time I made the application, this was the bug there. Not really a bug actually. It's just simple. One line of code. So whenever I click on handle send, so first of all I have to get one thing. If not message, or a chat message. Ooh, chat message return. Will it work now? No way. Well, why is it stopping? Okay, let's see. Send the message, nothing will happen. Hi, bye, tata. Okay, send the file. One PDF, one video. Forget about demo now. Let's select a new one. One video, one SVG. I haven't added. Never mind. I will later. One. I have selected only one, right? So one video, one PNG, one zip file, one I forgotten PDF, admission PDF. Open them. Web server connection is in this. क्या क्या बोल दिया इसने? So asked to connect message pass data json dot parse meeting string, that is okay. So statement was here, label, that is also fine. New participants. So this is where I face the issue. So I try to pass data dot payload dot new participant dot meeting. When if that is a normal server process, then pass data dot payload dot new participant dot meeting ID. Aha. If that is a normal server process, got it. Come back here. Server. What is the problem? The problem is this, that if that is a normal server process, so what you are expecting? You are actually expecting to get the pass data dot payload dot new participant dot meeting ID. First of all, even if that is a normal server process, that will just contain the payload. There is no guarantee that that is gonna be containing the new participant as well, and that is problematic. So let's make it universal. So how can I make it universal, and when am I actually using this meeting ID? So the good thing was I sent the meeting ID. The meeting ID was here. Let payload contain the meeting ID, because even the last time the payload contained it. I need to make it universal so that it can handle everything, right? So the structure should be same. By the way, that meeting ID is being used where? It turns out nowhere. I have handle send message dot data dot payload. So ultimately, so this meeting ID that I'm actually getting here, this one, is this actually being used somewhere? If it were, then I would be passing it, because meeting ID, let's see, I have the meeting ID over here. Meeting ID is being used. Okay, that is the normal server process. Let me do one thing. Instead of when am I sending this? Almost every time you are sending what? You are sending new participant. Whenever you are handling normal server process, at that time you are sending this. Now what is the solution? Send the ID meeting. You have to send the meeting ID, but don't send it with this, rather send it with this. So payload will contain. And what's the better way? Doesn't matter what you are getting, do not get it here. That's problematic. Don't you think so? Yeah, that's right. Handle normal server process should just be doing what? Handle normal server process should just be handling the categorizing part, dividing the request. That's it. You should go there, that's nothing else. So as I'm getting this, that gets problematic, so let me remove it, cut it. Now as I have removed this from here, then I'm gonna be getting the error here. That's it, at one place only. Okay, two places. So just because of this I was doing that, literally. Okay, now what? Whenever the server closes, I need to get the ID, meeting ID. That simply means if the server stops, I can get the meeting, I can find the meeting, can't I? That becomes more and more intense, I mean insane stuff. Let me do one thing. I'm getting the ID in the URL, right? And what I'm gonna do, from now onwards I will also send the meeting ID in the end. If I need that, I'm gonna be using. There are n number of ways, bro, and it will definitely work. So what I said, that in the URL, so far I've been sending the ID. Now onwards I'm gonna be sending the meeting ID. So done. Once I have the meeting ID, the error is gonna be gone from here. Only one thing I have to change, that is the URL. Don't you think so? Yeah, understood. So from the front end side, whenever I'm connecting, actually signaling.ts, not even signaling.ts, socket 1. So over here I'm connecting, and when connecting I need the ID, so ws socket ID. So wow. Okay, coming back to this one. When am I connecting? I'm connecting when the meeting page loads. When does the meeting page loads? When I go here and WebSocket connection, and I'm giving it ID. I'll be giving it meeting ID as well. Now where will I get the meeting ID from? Meeting ID is equals to meeting ID. I already have it here. Let me go here, and meeting ID is gonna be nothing but a string. Once I have that, and meeting ID is gonna be equals to meeting ID. So this is also being sent. Okay, it turns out this should not be issue now. Let's try to do it again. Reload the page. Oh no, camera, never mind. Inspect console. Array, what console? Let me go here. Let me send the message. Let me select the file. For now, just only one file, one PDF. Here, no preview. Get it. Let me click on send. Nothing is happening. Why? When I click on send, no preview. Okay. Few things are working, few things are not working. Interesting. First of all, the image that I have, that does not work for some reason. Why? Of course, I'll have to figure it out exactly why it's not working and all. But this is the first thing, and it's already around 12. So let's simply call it. As for this box, let me fix this error thing. I mean, chat. Whenever I click on that, the URL is not right for some reason. So panels, chat panel, chat input, and if the preview was not right from the beginning itself, that simply means the URL that I have, that is not right. So so what is the problem? Set preview files. This I want to log the value of this. Last thing, and then I'll call it. Let's see why am I not getting any preview. I have the file. I have the file, then what? Preview, browser. Aha, this is the issue. Okay, this is done. Anything else? Selected file. By default, the file at the 0th index is selected. It's like this, okay? Preview image. So the image preview item. I'm sending the file name, I'm sending the file type, and that to select a dot. Problem hai bhai. This is how it does not work. Got it? So if you think this way it will work, no, it will not. So how will it work? You will have to use effect over here. So whenever the value of files changes, at that time this will be running, and at that time you have to just simply set the value of selected file, and that's gonna be files 0th index. And as long as it is defined, if not a selected file, not a selected file, in that case simply return from here, no need to worry about anything. Fine. File type image png, this is png. If I click on this, let me select more. I'm not even getting this. I have these two here. PNG, hasn't this been uploaded? Probably. So let me try this. https:// I think URL is the problem, but let's see. Uploads dot coding the code dot site slash this. Whoa. Why is that so? For some reason it's not getting uploaded. Why? It's not getting uploaded. That's the main problem. The logic is not the problem. The thing is that image is not getting uploaded on S3 storage. The question is why. Chat panel, input, and forget about this file section here. The important thing is this. Whenever this changes, handle input, this particular stuff, at that time I am uploading it here. Upload URL, I'm definitely getting the upload URL if I'm not wrong. If there's any doubt, so let me log the value of this. Response is gonna be equals to response.json. Okay, this much is done. And then set files, CLG files. Files means what? File name and this. Ultimately the important thing is this. As for this file, I already have it here, so sort of it should be fine. Let me enter it, select the file. Files uploaded to S3. Error generating upload URL. Wow. Why? TypeScript failed to execute JSON on response body stream already read. Okay, got it. I cannot call it again. Upload URL. Upload URL is this. Okay, let me upload a new file. Maybe this time let me delete everything from here. sign again. I signed it a while ago. Oof. Uploads, select all of them and delete them. Done. Close. Time to upload. One pic. Did it get uploaded or not? Don't know. Let me give it another try. Don't worry about this, it can be resolved anytime. The thing is that camera is not on right now, so getting that error right. Uploaded successfully. Why is that so? Okay, this is not a valid one. Let me try it now again. Delete this. The file itself was not right. Let me upload it. It's getting uploaded. It's not like it's not getting uploaded. But the file that I uploaded, that file was corrupted. Now this one. Getting it here. The question is, I'm getting it here, and I have the name here as well. If I click on this, oh, it works. Did not have the idea that it does work. That simply means, let me select more. One and two. Open. It's just that even I'm getting this. Oh, interesting. Slowly it is working. This image is working. Interesting. Now this is not working, and that was quite expected, so I will fix it. And okay, look, this much is working. That's amazing. If I actually click on this, I can download this as well. So this has been downloaded too. So we have worked on quite a lot of stuff. Let's call it right now. Overall, the hard part is already done, and that is why I just wanted to get it done today anyhow. You know what? Learned about S3 on the go. I had no idea about like how S3 is used and all, and we learned that. So that's been pretty amazing. Right now I'm gonna be catching up tomorrow. It's time to sleep actually. And how long has it been since I've been live? It's been 2 hours 45 minutes or something. Alright then, take care. I'm gonna be catching up soon. Until then.